All right, Lane, you want to go first?
Hey, MJ. I guess first off, kind of two questions. How's the team feeling after missing out on last year, getting back into the tournament this year, and being able to play? And then second, what kind of mentality do you have to have on the road for this long to be successful in a tournament like this?
It's a blessing, honestly. I mean, um, obviously the ACC tournament it goes how we planned, and we had the opportunity to win our regular season title, but to be back in this position, I feel like it's been so long. Even though it's only been a year, but it's a blessing to be here again. You can feel the excitement walking past teams in the hotel. Seeing the March Madness course that we're practicing on, and the vibe is just it kind of feel like the AAU tournament at the end of the year, where all the teams around the country come together and we're all competing for one of those championships. So it's you can feel the vibe. It's contagious. I think that, like I said, it's a blessing that we're here, and I'm ready to get it going.
Adam, did you have a question?
Yes, thank you. Hey, MJ, I cover Ohio State basketball for the Columbus Dispatch, and I'm writing a story about CJ Walker. And I just wondered what it was like going against him when you guys were teammates, and if there's anything that you picked up from him. I know you guys obviously are both very talented guys, but did you pick up anything from being teammates with him? Did that experience of playing with him impact you in any way?
Yeah, I mean, CJ's leadership has always been one of the reasons why he's been a good player. I think that the way he finishes through contact, his edge for his size, is definitely something that I picked up on as a young player. Just that dog mentality that he's always had, and the type of character he has as a person, and the love that he has for the game. He's very passionate, and that's every practice, and that's every single practice I've been with him. I can't remember a time where he wasn't passionate or didn't use his voice the best way he could. He was just always trying to sharpen his iron. So, yeah, CJ's a great guy, man. I miss him. We actually seen him earlier, I think yesterday. So it was good to see him after a couple of years. So,
thank you.
Yep.
Ben from the FSU.
Hey, MJ, I just wanted to ask you about the end of the season. You guys, like you said earlier, you struggled against Georgia Tech. You struggled to kind of close out the regular season. With the way, like you're saying, the tournament is the AAU vibe, is there any worry about momentum, or because you're here now, do you feel like just anyone can win and that kind of stuff doesn't really matter?
I mean, this is March Madness. I mean, you got to learn from the past. I mean, you've seen in tournaments in the past where higher ranked teams lose to a low major team, or a lot of upsets happen if you don't come mentally prepared for that win or go home mentality. So, I mean, for us personally, I mean, I feel like we've rejuvenated our spirits. Especially from the ACC tournament, gave ourselves a couple of days to kind of relax and just get away from basketball a little bit and kind of enjoy ourselves just as friends, teammates, and as brothers. So I think that was the best part about us. Whenever we have a loss, when we come back, we always rejuvenate our spirits to get ourselves back going. And I think everybody's understanding the vibe of just that win or go home mentality, and just that whole AU kind of type deal. I mean, it's win or go home. So I mean, honestly, I feel like we're in the right frame of mind right now. We had a great practice today, and going forward as we prepare for UNCG, I mean, I feel like we're heading in the right direction.
Go to Corey Clark.
Yeah, MJ, you brought up the AAU comparison a couple of times. I guess the biggest difference is you wouldn't go to an AAU tournament and then sit there for 6 days before you played. How do you go from not being, I don't know, stir crazy? What are you guys doing to entertain yourselves? just what is this life like living in this quote unquote bubble?
Yeah. I mean, the type of team we have, I mean, honestly, we're just goofy guys. I mean, we always try to find something to either laugh about or find something to either talk about, whether it's on the phone, we have a group chats on the phone, or we'll do group FaceTime or things like that. So, I mean, try to not look at, the things that we can't do and just try to embrace the moment pretty much. I think personally, we've done a great job so far, just enjoying ourselves and enjoying the time that we have together. I mean, it is a little weird. I mean, just being, all the teams in the hotel, and it's almost like you can't leave. They're saying you can't do so much, but I mean, these are times that we kind of pray for, the times that we want to be a part of. So I mean, kind of just got to take it for what it is, and like I said, it's a blessing to be able to be in this opportunity again. And we're thankful that March Madness was able to host this for us and give us the opportunity to get this done. So we're just making the best of it.
Go to Steven from the AP.
Hey, MJ, I appreciate you doing this. Got a wacky question for you. Everybody knows the One Shining Moment song. I'm curious, as a kid, did you ever kind of imagine yourself hitting a buzzer-beating shot or anything and kind of being in that video?
Yeah, I mean, you always, when you're in your yard or wherever you're at in the gym, kind of always think about those last second shots. I mean, we kind of do a thing even in our practice. Right before we start our practice, we do a half-court shot right after our warm-up every single practice. And it's not just to do it, but, I mean, you kind of think about those shots like that can, you won't say it's luck, but, I mean, in March Madness, anything can happen. So, I mean, you kind of think about those type of shots all the time. And personally for me, I mean, in March, you may need one of those shots to keep going to March forward. So,
Go to Matt.
MJ, you talked a little bit about, obviously the blessing of being there at the tournament. Is there anything you could take from past tournament experiences that you guys can use, even though it's different with COVID and everything else like that?
Yeah. I think what I remember the most from my freshman and sophomore year, I mean, just the intensity that you got to bring from the start of the game. It's not like a regular season game where sometimes, as you're playing, you kind of try to feel out your opponent and see how the game's going, try to, feel your way out the game and then kind of adjust second half. But I think that, for the majority of March Madness from when I was playing, I mean, I feel like the intensity from the start of the game was on point. I think it was very intense. I think that you got to be in a mental frame of mind. It was a different vibe. Like, kind of use that word a lot, but it was like that win or go home mentality. I mean, you know how important the game is. You know what could happen if you lose. You know what could happen if you win. So, all those emotions are stirred up, and you just so focused on trying to get the job done while enjoying the game at the same time because you know what's on the line. So, it's fun. I think it's really fun, but it's a very competitive game, very different from a regular season game or things like that. So.
Any more questions for MJ? All right, guys. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you, MJ.
Thank you.
Let me know if I
Thank
can
you.
help.